What's up, everyone? This is CyberKnight 8610, and yes, I know, I'm late with this Yu-Gi-Oh! News. It's a late night video and all that stuff too, but all this info was revealed at Tokyo Dome, so there was just a ton of Yu-Gi-Oh! News this morning, but I was getting ready to go to the premiere of Phantom Nightmare. I picked up my boxes. You guys will see those videos tomorrow on Sunday, I guess, just to make it more clear. And yeah, on the days that a new set is revealed too, we go to Oklahoma City and spend time with family and just kind of relax a little bit too. So yeah, that's the reason this video is also late. Wasn't able to talk about all this news. Just happened, all this stuff happened at the same time. So that's why I'm late on this, but I hope you guys will still enjoy the video, and I wanted to give my opinion on some of this stuff, as well as hopefully get you caught up if you missed any of this, because quite a bit of stuff, honestly, too. So links will be in the description. Hit that like button if you enjoy and you want to see more news in the future, especially like a little roundups and stuff, because it's always hard to be always at my computer. I've actually left the house more this last couple of years. So yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy, and let's get going, okay? First off, Charmers are getting new artworks. I think we have a bigger picture basically here. Yeah, evidently they're doing a thing where you get star chips, you can exchange them for Charmer artworks, which sounds pretty cool. There's the originals right here. Artworks look really nice, and I think you get some Rush Duel cards too, but I like Rush Duels fine, but there's not a whole lot to talk about, I feel like, as much on that. I wish they're just Rush Duel versions of them too, that I wouldn't mind gathering both. It's cool to see alt arts. I'm glad to see so many these days, and especially here is the Light and Dark ones as well, and it looks like, I guess that's the other Rush Duel card too, but yeah, mainly excited about the Charmer stuff. I have a friend that's also a big fan of them, and I'm sure he doesn't care about these at all. Shout out to you, Josh. Your Charmers will never beat me. I'm just gonna say it. That's a challenge right there. But yeah, I'm sure he's excited. We'll have to hunt those down. Then also, this was already kind of scrolled down a little bit. We're actually getting a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, basically, or at least animation, if you want to call it that, because Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game The Chronicles was announced. There's a trailer for it and everything. I'm not gonna do like a reaction, I guess, to the trailer, I don't know, but basically we have screenshots here in the organization, and it's not necessarily a new anime with like a new main character as much as going over card stories. You know, for example, stuff about dark magicians, stuff about Main with Eyes of Blue and Blue Eyes, then Spirit Charmers, and Trishula, Melfi's, Zeus. It's like everyone's finally getting their backstory animated so we can understand the stories to a lot of these different cards. You know, like I said, Six Samurais, Evil Twins, Albaz, Exodia, Vistas, Fire Kings and Atlanteans, which still proves my point that I think there's going to be a certain structure deck coming out this year, a redone version, hint hint, just a guess, I know nothing, but still. Dibel Star, Dragon Rulers, Majestus, Sophocord, and of course Sky Strikers and all too. So I hope it does well. I hope they're able to continue it. I love Dragoonides, all of Dual Terminal really. There's so many stories I would love to see, and it sounds awesome. I'm looking forward to it. I hope it gets dubbed in English as well. But I love the idea of this, and think it's really smart. I still want to see another Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime that goes with the real, you know, actual card game and not so much Rush Duel, but I really love this idea. One of the best things ever, and I'm excited. So, looking forward to that. I'm sure we'll talk about it more whenever it comes out. And then also, there's this card you guys might have heard about that got some new support, actually. I think his name's Exodia? Exodia. Yeah, is my acting good enough? Anyway, Infinite Forbidden is the next set coming out for Japan. We'll get it, I'm sure, I think around the summer. I don't know. It hadn't been announced yet for us, but we'll get it. And yes, Exodia is getting new support, if you weren't able to figure that out. Again, with my great Oscar-winning acting. Yes, we have a new Exodia boss monster, basically, and it is a new fusion, actually. I guess the first fusion, really, but it looks awesome. Level 10, big boy fusion here. Question mark for the attack, 5 Forbidden 1 monsters. This card on the field cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Once per turn, if this card battles during damage calculation, it gains attack equal to your current life points. Yikes. Once per turn, when a spell or trap card or effect is activated, quick effect, you can negate the activation. During the end phase, you can set one Exodo, spell or trap, or obliterate directly from your deck. And then also during your standby phase, you lose 1,000 life points. Basically, it's a big boy. It's a big fusion, and it's made to, obliterate. I guess that's the best way to put it. Yeah, and it's like slowly counting down. It feels like a legal god card, really. You know, I guess we have more legal god cards, but you know what I mean? It feels like another god card, really, on this. Exodia pieces are still technically probably the strongest, but This is really cool to see, because we've seen so many older monsters come back. I mean, well, we just got Yubel with Phantom Nightmare getting new support, so very cool, and looking forward to trying it out. So, yeah, that sounds really awesome. And then we're even getting Millennium Cross, which is basically the polymerization for this Exodia. Take 5 Forbidden 1 monsters from your hand deck or face up on the field, reveal them, special summon one of Phantom God Exodia from your extra deck, then shuffle all the face up monsters you control into the deck except for Exodia monster cards whose original level is 10 or higher, and Millennium monster cards. You could not summon monsters for the rest of this turn, but you can normal summon or set. After activation, shuffle this card into the deck instead of sending to the graveyard. So, you bring out these Forbidden cards, which there's a lot of older monsters that are brought back as like these Millennium and Forbidden cards, and they have new effects to go with this. I mean, like we've seen, you know, even like with Yugi's cards and stuff. Old monsters coming back with new effects. We had the Caveman that awoke after Millennium. Basically, this is one that helps you search for your Millennium stuff and everything too. Helps you get them on the field, search for your Millennium Cross, and get stuff all set up. It can also even be in your spell or trap card zone as a continuous spell, so kind of interesting to see that. Kind of a Crystal Beast Gate Guardian thing going on. We also have Golem that guards the Millennium Treasures. Let's see, this one is, again, you can place it in that spell or trap card zone, and if it's that continuous spell, you can pay 2,000 life points or reveal Millennium Cross in your hand, special summon this card, and then you're able to add Temple of Stone Slabs from your deck to your hand. And the activation Millennium Cross cannot be negated as well. So you're getting rid of life points as well as what the theme is doing to weaken that Exodia, but it's kind of a risk-reward thing, evidently. We also have, let's see, Shield of the Millennium Dynasty, so Millennium Shield, basically redone with that 3,000 defense. Continuous spell, pay 2,000 life points, or you can reveal the cross. Special summon this card, then add 1 Millennium Cross from your deck to your hand. So Searcher, and cannot be destroyed by spell or trap card effects. All these basically have the same starting effect too. That's why I'm able to kind of just, you know, make it so you're not having to hear me say the same thing over and over, okay? Let's see. If your opponent activates a card effect while this card is a continuous spell, you can special summon this card, and if you do, your opponent cannot target level 5 or higher illusion and spellcaster monsters you control with card effects this turn. If this card battles a monster, neither can be destroyed by battle. Interesting. Millennium Fiend Reflection. Let's see, this is level 4, so it's a little bit weaker. Of course, spell or trap. If your opponent activates a card or effect while this card is a continuous spell, you can special summon this card, gain life points equal to half the attack of one monster on the field. If this card battles a monster, neither player can be destroyed by that battle. Interesting. Temple of Stone Slabs, that was the field spell you could also search for a little bit ago. During your main phase, you can place one monster from your hand in your spell or trap card zone as a continuous spell, then place one Millennium monster or Syningen from your deck in your face-up spell or trap card zone, a continuous spell. If a face-up Millennium monster or Syningen you control is destroyed by battle or effect, you can place this you can place it face-up in your spell or trap card zone as a continuous spell instead of send it to the graveyard. So it's a searcher. It's helped to get more out there to then go for the big bad fusion. Okay? Exodia Blaze. It's a new quick play. One level 10 or higher monster you control with Exodia and its original name gains these effects. You can pay half your life points and not activate other cards with their effects for the rest of this turn. Also destroy as many cards on the spell or trap card zone as possible. Then equip one Forbidden 1 monsters from your hand deck to this card's equipped spells that give it 2,000 attack. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. So even in defense, still does damage. Yeah, that's a good way to just super power up your Exodia and just go for game. Pretty much that too, and I guess it could work with the other Exodias too. Like, would it work? Yeah, I guess it worked with some of the past ones. Interesting. And then also Raging Hellfire Exodia Flame. This is a normal trap card, and let's see, it's a once per turn thing. If you control a level 10 or higher Exodia monster, destroy all cards your opponent controls. If this card is in your graveyard except during the turn it was sent there, you can banish it to either add one Forbidden 1 monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand, or shuffle up to 5 Forbidden 1 monsters from your graveyard, or banishment to the deck. So, yeah, sounds pretty interesting. I think it's graveyard or banish. I think that's just a translation thing, but wow. These cards basically make Exodia into an actual deck, not just something with a bunch of spells that make you draw everything. It's a real deck now. So that is pretty crazy, and there's, again, the artworks to all the cards we talked about. I know it was kind of all crammed together, but of course, everything is in the description, okay? That's the only way we're going to get through all this, okay? Also, more figures were announced. More of the Monster Collection figures, which, by the way, I'm going to have a bunch of Monster Collection figures we're going to be unboxing soonish. We're getting one of Ash Blossom, one of Shien, evidently one of Trishula, and then Dragon Maid Kitchen. So, I had to think about that first. I hadn't seen Dragon Maids in a while, but they will eventually, I guess they're a little bit later. We have prototypes for the other two. Sounds awesome. I'm sure we'll have videos of all of them. Again, get figures through Buy. It is actually cheaper. I'm not just saying because they're a sponsor. Much cheaper. Seriously, like a third of the price. Just saying, okay? Then, if that wasn't enough, I don't know if you guys have heard of Dark Magician, but there's another new Dark Magician. But this isn't a new artwork. It's actually a new Dark Magician, okay? This is a new Effect Monster Dark Magician, new card. It goes with the new Yugi's monsters that are going to be in the next set for us, and I guess they're going to be in this new set, the Exodia set for Japan, so we'll get them a little bit later, of course. Anyway, this is Dark Magician, the Ebon Sorcerer, level 7, Dark Spellcaster, same stats. You know, 2,500 attack, 2,100 defense. You can only use the first and third effect, this card's name, each once per turn. If Golden Sarcophagus of Light is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. This card's name becomes Dark Magician while it's in a monster zone. If this card is destroyed by a card effect or a level 5 or higher monster is on the field, you can special summon this card, then set one spell or trap card directly from your deck that mentions Dark Magician. Yeah, this goes with the whole Golden Sarcophagus thing, which is in, what was it, Legacy of Destruction. By the way, we're going to have an opening on that set this week coming up. Anyway, it's part of that. So it's Yugi's Dark Magician, not necessarily Yami's Dark Magician, which I kind of like. I guess Mahad was mainly for Yami. Anyway, actually some really scary effects. Being able to set a spell or trap card directly from your deck that mentions Dark Magician sounds awesome. And there's a reason for that, because there's a new Mirror Force. Dark Magic Barrier Mirror Force. 1/4 Dark Magician, okay? It's a normal trap, and when an opponent's monster declares an attack or an opponent's monster effect is activated that would destroy monsters on the field, and that monster mentions Gold Sarcophagus of Light is on the field, the next time each monster you control that mentions Gold Sarcophagus of Light would be destroyed by battle or card effects this turn, they're not destroyed. Also destroy all attack magician monsters your opponent controls. Then, if you control Dark Magician, inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each monster destroyed by this effect. Okay, I read that a little weird, and the translation was a little weird. Basically, it is a Mirror Force that can be searched with this new Dark Magician. Okay, and you have these new Gold Sarcophagus of Light cards, which that includes, of course, the ones that were in the previous set. So that gives us a new Gandora, if you haven't been able to keep up. We have a new Gandora. We have a new Gadget monster that's like all of Yugi's gadgets in one card. Silent Magician, Silent Swordsman, and I'm sure I'm forgetting something. But, Marshmallow was also redone. Basically, Yugi's monsters are actually together now. They use the Gold Sarcophagus of Light card, and they're actually an archetype. It's not just a mix of different cards. And it's Yugi's, not Yami's, not a Tim's. So, this card will help protect them, and also act as a Mirror Force that also can do some effect damage, and is searchable with the new Dark Magician, is the Cliff Notes version. Does that make sense? That's basically what I'm trying to do for you here. I'm recording this at 1 in the morning, so yeah. Anyway, sounds pretty awesome. Just saying. But yes, this is I guess you could use it with Dark Magician, you know, like the Dark Magician support we already have, but this is mainly meant for the new Sarcophagus Dark Magician, or Sarcophagus cards. So, sounds awesome, and I love that artwork. That is, I need sleeves and everything. I love it. And then, if that wasn't enough, it looks like we also have some like reprints and stuff going on for the Unity and Pride sets that are coming out. I think, is it Unity first? I think Unity's first, and that has like the new Dark Magician Girl. Pride has the new Red Eyes and Blue Eyes arts that we talked about a couple weeks ago, I think, or something. And basically, it looks like the Charmers are going to get reprints and stuff, but that's not the thing we're talking about, because they're actually doing a reprint in Unity for tuning, but it's getting a new artwork right here with Jung Synchron. And then for Pride, we get a new limiter removal artwork with Cyber and Dragon. They just look awesome. It's just new arts, same effects, but they were for the archetypes they go with, so yeah, it's just really cool. I think it's worth talking about, and I can't wait to open up both of those sets. I will open them as soon as they are out, as soon as we can get them in Japan, and of course, whatever form we get them in English, and they sound cool. and we're going to have to get a lot of them. So, yeah, what do you guys think? I know it's a long video, a lot of stuff to talk about, but let me know down in those comments. I'm not going to waste your time anymore. Links are all in the description. Let me know what your favorite news is. For me, it's probably the new anime, and, yeah, I can't wait for Yugi's new gold sarcophagus cards, too. I'm really looking forward to that. So, thank you guys for watching. Again, video on Legacy of Destruction, Monday, Tuesday, something like that, probably. And, of course, I will catch you guys later. See ya.